website of all time has got to be plentyoffish.com. Does anybody know this website? No? Well, some of you are lying because it's very popular. For those of you who aren't lying, that's good that you don't know it because it is pure evil. But it is interesting because the website allows you to contact people with a little picture of yourself and a message like, "Hi, I think you're pretty. We should get a drink sometime. You can try and cure my depression." And then you can chat back a few days later and see whether or not the person has read your message. And this breaks down into 3 amazing categories. And they are read, unread, and the ultimate slap in the face in the modern day world. Unread, deleted. This has got to be the most superficial thing ever. And this has happened to me before. This means the girl took one look at my picture and was just like, "No fucking way! Look at him!" Judging by how grotesquely ugly this monstrosity is, there would be no point in reading his message. He could be the next Ernest Hemingway, but to me, he'll always look like the Elephant Man. Oh, it's such a sad joke. Let's get happier with this next one. Are there any pot smokers out there tonight? Pot smokers? Nice. Cue cheap applause break, but it'll be worth it because I have some advice for you, good sir or madam. I can't see you. It is never a good idea to smoke a joint and then accept a challenge to a dry food eating contest. It's true. A banquet table full of plain bagels and Melba toast is not cool under any circumstances. These are just life lessons I've picked up. I'll just pass them on to you. You can do what you will with them. It's fine. I am adopted, and it was weird growing up. That always gets a weird silence in the room. It was weird growing up because I was able to get away with saying some crazy bullshit. Stuff like, "You can't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad anyway." And it was true. My mom would just be like, "He's right, John." And then a tidal wave of sitcom-like hilarity would roll through our house. That joke is pure silliness, people. Here's a little bit about me, cheap segue. I love to listen in on other people's conversations. I love it. The following is an exact quote from a Chicago hospital emergency room. And I quote, "Fuck this waiting room bullshit. Let's go back to my place and smoke a big fat blunt." True story. And you know the crazy part? The guy who said it was the doctor. I just wrote that end today, so I'm like, that's a new tag, so I'm very surprised that it worked. And happy, very happy as well. I feel like I'm being judged by cashiers. Am I alone on this? It usually happens when I'm buying condoms and or Imodium. But the other day was radically and disturbingly different. I had to go to Walmart to buy a stuffed teddy bear. You're probably wondering why I would do that. Well, that's my own business, so don't judge. How about that? Anyways, I get up to the cashier, and this girl there is just giving me this look, like I'm gonna take this thing home and fuck the shit out of it in the privacy of my own bedroom. And I wasn't. I pledged to you, the good people of this comedy club, I was not going to fuck that bear. But now little Miss Judgmental has this picture in her head of me, completely naked, viciously rubbing my throbbing, veiny cock against the soft fur of this cute little bear. And all I could think was how absurd this whole situation was. I mean, she works at a place that sells bears, a bear-selling establishment, if you will. I, the consumer, am trying to purchase a bear. What is the fucking problem here? But now for the rest of her life, I get to be the worst person in the world. Fucking Walmart, man. Get your act together. That joke has no ending, so it just goes on until I stop talking about it. I just turned 28 recently. That is a scary, scary birthday. Thank you. It's not meant to get applause. Thank you anyway. I'll take all your love. I'll take it all. Because I'm staring 30 in the face and I'm scared to death of that. So I've been asking myself some deep, probing, searching life questions. And I think the most important one of all of these questions is, why do I watch pornography? Because I do, and it is awesome. But why do I do it? And I was thinking, it would be like taking a starving man, tying him up really tightly in a chair and then forcing him to watch the Food Network on an endless loop. All the while, a woman's voice whispers in his ear, "You're not getting any of that," over and over and over again. That's a snapshot of my life right there. Speaking of neuroses, I was reading in the newspaper an article a couple weeks ago about a 1,000-pound man. The 1,000-pound man. I just love the way that sounds. It's got such an epic sing-song quality. It's like a myth, a fable, the 1,000-pound man, like a story your parents would tell you about, or your grandparents on a dark and stormy night, like, oh my God, 100 years ago on this day, our village was attacked by the 1,000-pound man. It was only through an alliance of elves and dwarves and hobbits who were able to drive him back into the abyss from whence he had came. I don't know where that's going, but that is a true story. And this 1,000-pound man, oddly enough, like a lot of 1,000-pound men, had a dream, people. And his dream was to lose enough weight so that he could walk down the aisle and get married to the love of his life. I know, it's an incredibly romantic story. And he did it. He persevered and he lost the weight. He lost an incredible amount of weight. He ended up losing 300 pounds. Now, to put that in perspective, that is like 2 of me in the body of one giant man. But unfortunately, if my calculations are correct, and I believe that they are, that means that he still weighs 700 pounds. That would be like me, say hypothetically, and I stress the word hypothetically, waking up early before work every morning and masturbating 30 times. And I'm going, Daryl, you got a bit of a problem here. You need to rein this thing in. Cutting it back, but only cutting it down to 24 times a day. The end result is still exactly the same. On the one hand, a very fat man, and on the other, a very raw penis. All right. I am Daryl Miller. Thank you very much for